Good evening, everybody. I'm going to call the City Council Urban Affairs Committee meeting to order. It is March 15th. We have one item on our agenda, order number 22-108-768, the application for a special permit from Stephen Copper on behalf of Alliance Health and Human Services to renovate 10,490 square feet of the existing building to provide 12 rest home beds at 720 Boston Post Road East within the Wayside Zoning District. I believe we have applicants, if you would like to come and take a seat in case anybody has questions, or if you have anything else you would like to say. And I think all those microphones are on if you want to quickly have a seat and introduce yourselves again so you know who is here on your behalf.
I'm Mary Commons. I'm the Director of Operations for Alliance Health and Human Services.
I'm Steve Copper. I'm the Executive Director at Alliance at Marie Esther.
And I'm Catherine Robinson, architect for the project.
All right, thank you. So everybody on the committee should have received a packet that had the minutes of the public hearing that was held on January 23rd. Nobody spoke in favor, nobody spoke against, and I think we really only had the council asking questions. We also have the letter from Code Enforcement, the original packet that we received, and then the notice of a decision for this special permit that is required. Does anybody have, well, first I'll ask if you have anything additional you'd like to provide us. I mean, you were pretty clear what you're doing at the public hearing, I think, but.
We don't have anything additional, but if you have questions, we'd be happy to answer them.
All right. So I don't know if anybody does have questions before we start. Councilor Doucette?
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. Just really a couple of simple questions. There is 12 units in this proposal. How much of the property has been currently converted to this type of retrofitting, and how much is not? Ballpark percentage. Like, are you halfway? You converting 12 rooms for this?
And the same footprint.
Right. In the rest of the building, how much work would still need to be done, or are you done?
It's completed.
So this is the final step
Yes.
of everything that's been, because you've been here before.
Correct.
Okay, I'm wondering if you're gonna be back here again. Sounds like no?
No.
Okay, no, that's fine.
Maybe you never know in the future what the future holds, but right now,
There
no.
are no plans to expand.
Right, no,
That's on this
I know there's a lot of retrofitting because it used to be a convent and different, and you had
Right.
to put a lot of stuff in place.
Right.
I just wasn't sure if this was one of many phases or
No.
the end game.
This
And
is the,
thank you for the
this is the
clarification on
complete,
that.
this is completed.
Okay, appreciate it, thank you. No further questions.
Thank you. So we also did receive only one communication from one of the managers who typically would look over this special permit with no issues from the Conservation Sustainability Officer. We did not hear anything from anybody else, but all right. I will quickly go over the draft decision. Pointing out a couple of things that I think are of importance to the people who may be paying attention to this. So your findings of facts are pretty much what I just read, that you're renovating the 10,490 square feet. The site is a former convent and provincial administrative facility constructed for the Sisters of St. Anne in 1963. Subsequently, a portion of the property also housed a Montessori school. The Sisters of St. Anne converted a portion of the facility into a convalescent and nursing home for nuns in 1994. Original nursing unit became licensed by the Department of Public Health in 2000. A second nursing unit was licensed in 2003. Alliance Health Incorporated affiliated with Marie Esther Health Center on February 25th, 2019, which helped assure the longer-term viability of the nursing and convalescent home. As part of the affiliation, the nuns who were residents of the facility were allowed to remain as long as medically appropriate, and the Sisters of St. Anne leased a portion of the building not used for patient care. Currently, 6 different orders of religious women live among the other residents receiving care there. The site was zoned for business when Marie Esther Convent and Provincial Administrative Facility was constructed. And as a religious facility, its use was allowed within the district. Over time, as nuns aged, portions of the facility were converted to nursing and convalescent care to provide the care they needed, and this resulted in the existing non-conforming use under zoning. So I guess on page 3 is where we get to the findings of facts. City Council finds that the proposed expansion of the convalescent and nursing home use to include an additional 12 rest home beds would not be substantially more detrimental to the neighborhood than the existing convalescent and nursing home use of the site. And then we get to the granting. The City Council, pursuant to its authority under Massachusetts General Laws, Chapter 48 in the zoning ordinance of the City of Marlborough, grants the applicant a special permit to expand the pre-existing non-conforming convalescent and nursing home use at the site as shown on the plans, subject to the following conditions. I think one change that I would ask the solicitor to make is in number 2, where it says future site changes. Future site changes to the exterior of the building or to the site shall, rather than may, be subject to site plan review. I think this sort of slipped under the radar, but so that everybody is aware, in case there is somewhere else in the building that you want to convert, you're
Madam Chair?
On record now that you need to know, come back. Yes, I'm sorry, Councilor Doucette?
Thank you very much. For this item in particular, subject to site plan review, what about special permits?
They would be subject to a special permit too, because they, well, a pre-existing non-conforming, they would be making it even more.
Should that be clarified under item 2?
Well, I think that's part of this. It's a grant of an applicant of a special permit, so they would have to apply for the special permit, and then site plan would review. So it's just sort of making sure that it's done in the proper order and not the backwards order that this was done in.
Okay, no, that's fine.
So the operations will not change. The facility is running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Staffing as a skilled nursing facility licensed by the Massachusetts Department of Public Health. This facility has required staffing levels for all licensed beds, including the additional 12 rest homes. The facility will maintain staffing levels as needed to care for the new rest home residents and maintain its DPH licensure. Lighting is going to remain the same. The signs comply with the city's sign ordinance, and the noise and air quality shall comply with the city's noise ordinance. And their decision will be recorded once this is approved. So it's pretty basic. Anybody has questions on the language or anything that they think needs to be added? Any questions for the applicant while they're here? If not, a motion to approve
Sure.
the, oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Councilor
just-
Maven.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. A quick comment, not the permit looks all in check. I would just say that as a proud graduate of the Montessori class of 1987 from the Sisters of St. Anne's, I think that it's a great opportunity to really turn the facility into something that continues to care for people who truly need it. So I want to thank you for that, and I wish you a lot of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And with that, I'll make a motion to approve the permit.
Right, it's been moved and seconded to approve the grant of,
With the, do you need with the amendment of
Shall?
changing number 2 from may to
sure,
shall?
we can make, well, this has to go to the solicitor, so he needs to, there's a couple of typos that I found that need to be put in, but I will say as amended. Is there further discussion on the motion? All those in favor? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so this is a committee vote to recommend to the full council that you receive this grant of a special permit. at our meeting on the 27th, I can ask for a suspension, so this can be referred to the solicitor, be put in proper form. It would be on our next agenda, which would then be April 10th, where the full council would then vote on this, and that would be the final part.
Would we be,
You don't need to come to either one of those unless you want to come on the 10th. Once it's approved, you will be notified because the decision will have to be filed, so somebody will have to do that. And the appeal, which I can't believe anybody would appeal, but, all right?
thank you.
Thank you.
Motion to adjourn then?
It's been moved and seconded to adjourn. All those in favor? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we are adjourned at 7:12.